How to roast your own coffee, presented by Hendrick Honda. You start with a 9.5-inch frying pan with a lid and a bag of green coffee beans. Now I like to cook it outside on my grill just because it makes the cleanup a lot easier. Start out on high so the pan can get nice and hot and it'll warm up the beans quick, but then after a few minutes we will cool it down to low as it can go. Now you will have to keep shaking the beans a lot in order to make sure that they don't get burnt and make a nice even roast. I usually turn it down to low just after the lid gets a little bit steamy. Make sure you shake it frequently, probably about once a minute, once every 2 minutes, especially at first, and then a little more frequently as the time progresses. And if you watch carefully, you'll start seeing it slowly get a little bit darker and darker. You'll notice it's also getting darker and darker outside because I did this at night. And you won't notice much difference at first because it starts out the roasting process very slowly, very gradually, and then you'll eventually hit it sounds like popcorn. It'll start popping. Now there's two distinct series of pops. The first series of pops is just when the water starts making the bean lose its casing, and then the second pop is about the time that you'll want to start thinking about taking it off. That's when it's generally done. It'll be dark enough to be done. And it does put off a lot of steam and smoke. Now there's no right or wrong answer of when to take it off when it's done. Generally just go by what you prefer. If you like a light roast it till it's light. If you like a dark roast it till it's dark. Now you will need to remember you want to take it off when it's about a shade or two lighter than what you want. Because as it's cooling off, it will get darker still. And all in all, this process takes about 35 to 40 minutes. Now what I like to do to cool it off is just spoon it around and stir it until the smoke stops. Some people like to spray water on it. There's a lot of different processes people will use for this. And then after you're done, let it sit for about 6 hours to completely finish cooling off, grind it up, and enjoy a nice, fresh, roasted cup of coffee.